God. What's going on? What just happened? Oh my God!
May of 2017. An Islamic terrorist detonates a suicide bomb at the Manchester Arena in England right after a concert by American pop star Ariana Grande. 22 people are killed and over 1,000 people are injured. Just 2 weeks later, Ariana and her manager Scooter Braun produce One Love Manchester, a massive concert benefit in memory of the victims. The biggest artists in the world join in, and the world responds with an outpour of love and support. And then, 6 years later, in October of 2023, Hamas terrorists who share the same ideology brutally attack the Nova Music Festival in southern Israel, killing hundreds. And there's silence from the international community. Some even say it's justified. Now, music mogul Scooter Braun is on a mission to change that. He's bringing the Nova exhibit to New York City, a recreation of what happened at the music festival on October 7th. You were managing Ariana Grande during the Manchester Arena bombing, so you must have been deeply impacted by what happened at Nova.
I was shocked to see the world react in the way that they did. When Manchester happened, they rallied. When Las Vegas happened, they rallied. This is the largest massacre in music history at a live event, and no one was talking about it. They were making it a political issue, and I don't think an attack on music festivals and innocent music lovers is about politics or about borders.
Bullet-ridden porta potties, burned cars, piles of personal belongings left behind in the chaos. These are just some of the shocking images at the Nova exhibit, which was originally created as a sort of homage to the victims in Tel Aviv. Now anybody can buy a ticket for just $1 to see this in New York.
When I came to Israel and I met the survivors, when I saw they were just kids who loved music, when they took me to the exhibit, I knew that the world needed to see this, because they could see themselves. They could see that this could have been Coachella, this could have been Lollapalooza, this could have been Stagecoach. I think by seeing yourself in this venue, you start to realize this is about humanity.
אני דור, הייתי במסיבת נובה, הייתה לי עמדה של מסאז'ים, הכל היה מדהים עד שהגיעה שעה 6 בבוקר. אנחנו רואים שובלים של טילים עולים לאוויר, באותו רגע עוצרים את המוזיקה, צועקים, המסיבה נגמרה, כולם נכנסים לפאניקה, מתחילים להתפנות, לא יודעים מה לעשות, שוכבים על הרצפה, רצים לכל מקום, נהיה כאוס רציני במתחם. התחלנו לשמוע יריות מרחוק, מסתכל על הג'יפ, אנחנו נכנסים לתוך סרט.
מה יש?
מלא מחבלים ברחובות.
This is just one of thousands of testimonies from Nova, a weekend-long trance music festival where over 3,000 people were partying on October 7th. Just before 7 a.m., hundreds of Hamas terrorists infiltrated the festival, transforming it into a hunting ground.
אנשים תופסים את הראש, מה עושים? התחיל להתקרב הירי 400 מטר, 300 מטר. מתחילים לרוץ לכיוון החניות, עולים על הג'יפ, מתחילים לנסוע בין אנשים, בין הקנטות עם הג'יפ. איכשהו מצליח לצאת לחניה האחורית, אני רואה חוליה של איזה 30-40 מחבלים עם נשקים, מתחילים להיכנס לתוך המתחם ולראות פשוט, ואני רואה אנשים רצים לכיוונים מהיציאות ופשוט נופלים כמו ברווזים.
Over 360 young people were murdered. Dozens were kidnapped, thousands were injured, and many were raped. Those who survived are still dealing with the aftermath of the trauma and may never truly recover.
אנשים לא יחזרו להיות מי שהם, גם עם החברים שיחזרו מעבר לגבול שלקחו אותם, לא יחזרו להיות אותו דבר. מלא גופות, מלא אנשים פצועים שלא יכולנו לעשות בשבילם כלום.
In December of 2023, less than 3 months after, Scooter Braun made his way to Israel to hear some of their stories firsthand. Usually you hear about Scooter on the news when it comes to Hollywood. He's managed and discovered some of the biggest music stars on the planet, from Justin Bieber to Demi Lovato and J Balvin. And he runs Hybe America, one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world. But after seeing and hearing about what happened in Israel, he felt a responsibility to use his voice. As a music mogul who has been in the industry for so many years, why do you think that we haven't heard more condemnation from the music industry about the Nova Party massacre?
I think it's not necessarily that people are scared to support Israel. I think it's more scared to be supportive of anything that feels divisive. I think it's easier to stay silent and not have thousands of people yelling at you and telling you don't know what you're talking about. The amount of misinformation, the amount of hatred, the amount of noise to distract people from what took place was so incredibly overwhelming. That's why we're here. That's why I'm standing here in this exhibit in New York City, hoping to bring it to LA next and other places and for people to see it.
There are people hiding everywhere. Everywhere. Under cars, in the bathroom cells, in the fridges of the bar. There were 30 people hiding in the bathroom cells. These bathroom cells are the original ones. They have bullets, signs in them. We marked them in order for all of the people to see. There were 30 people who were hiding there. Only 3 came out. 2 girls and a boy. Again, out of luck.
You've gotten a lot of love, but you've also gotten a lot of hate for speaking out in support of Israel and the Nova victims and survivors.
I think coming to Israel gave me a tremendous amount of strength. The people I met, every single one of them talked about peace. I mean, I met people who were shot through the leg, who almost died, who lost friends. And instead of talking about hatred, they talked about wanting peace on the other side. This is controversial for some, but I don't care. You should have room in your heart to have compassion for all innocent people. You should have room in your heart that you can call out for the hostages, but also want an innocent child in Gaza to be protected. I don't care what anyone says, all children are innocent.
What is your response to people who might come out and protest against this exhibit and call it political?
Well, it's a couple responses. One, don't talk to me about your want for peace or your want for anyone to have freedom unless you also acknowledge all people. And 2, you can make all the noise you want. It's not going to stop us from telling this story.